What's going on, everybody? This is A to Z Sports Cards back at it. The title is true. My time at Stronghold Cards and Games is done. Today, we're going to spend this time talking about my journey, talking about what happened, and what's going to happen next moving forward with A to Z Sports Cards. Let's go! Before we get into all of that, just so it's not a blank screen out before you with my logo, I have this 1990 baseball, well, it was steel until my dog got a hold of the corner, saran wrapped box we'll be ripping through today. I saw Jabs do this when he was talking about stuff that was happening in his personal life, and I like the idea. So while I tell you my story, I'm going to be opening these packs up and hopefully getting a no-name Frank Thomas. The odds are against me there, but might as well. All right, there's the box, the little corner chewed off, but the cards, we'll start with that pack. They should be all good, and they should all come with gum. Not going to try it, but at least something for you guys to look at. So, where to begin? Well, I guess I'll start at the beginning. January of 2020, what year is it now? 2024? 2023? Yeah, 2024. January 1st, there was a new card shop set up in my town, Stronghold Cards and Games. I walked in, noticed there was no sports being sold. The owner, his name was Kyle, was, very well organized, had a great design to the shop, and with my charisma and my business plan, I presented the idea that we partner up, and he liked that idea so much that we went with it. And for the first 7 months? Yeah, 7 months, all the way up to September, life was good. This is the Kyle era, okay? This is the time where everything was good, we were organized, events ran well, we were successful, and everything we wanted in the shop, we were getting. Now, there's another member of this team, we'll call him T, in case he doesn't want me outing him. We'll call him T, and he was my benefactor. So what that means is, most of the big purchases during the time, because I was just starting out, had to go through him, and he would get a lot of the profits, and I would get a small portion of the profits. But I was living my life. I was, working the card shop, and everything was good. Okay. Then, as things change, Kyle, either following his heart or his soul or his brain, moved down south with his girlfriend. So that left a big question. What's going to happen with the shop? Now, he had such a great idea for the shop that he just didn't want to shut it down, because a lot of good people go to the shop and play and buy and sell, and he was very successful and people liked him a lot. So he was looking for someone to buy the shop. Enter in the new owner, Zach. So Zach, I think out of all the time we hung out, I'm pretty sure he was a electrician. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I thought he was a carpenter too. I don't know. He did he did a trade job. But he loved cards. Very passionate. The professor. Very knowledgeable. He stepped in as the hero of the story to keep the shop open. Now, starting in, I think, the end of August or early September, I get the destroyed gum off my mat, he takes over the shop. Now, this is what we call the Zach era. And I like Zach a lot. I think he's very passionate. I think he's a hard worker. He has great customer service. The people who go in like him. But it was no longer Kyle's shop. Okay. I stayed to help working because I thought the vision would stay the same. And for the most part, it did. Zach had his own ideas, as he should. And he went off and did a lot of good ideas and promotions for the shop. But, Bernie Williams rookie. But the shop that I signed up to work for was gone. All right, the dream was not as fun because Kyle wasn't there. And I really believed in Kyle's journey and his vision. So I stayed for a couple months. I saw, some of the little stuff that Kyle did stopped doing, because Kyle was one of the hardest working people I've ever met. And if you met him, you would say the same thing. Always there. He was there from, Shop opened at 2. He'd leave at 3, 4 a.m. because he had to do orders. He had to make sure everything was clean and smelled good and everything was, professional. And I really admired that. I took over that role for a little. I wasn't as good as Kyle, but I did the best I could being that professional cleaner and make sure everything's orderly and it smelled nice and it was inviting. But it dropped. It dropped compared to what Kyle had ran it. And I think people noticed it. And there's still people who go to the shop. I'm not saying it's not successful. And Zach is, doing his best, and there's still a good following for the shop. But it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And at the beginning, this video will probably come out in early December. So I had the option in December of filling the till full of my money and doing the deals and doing a trial run that way. But there was a lot of money missing throughout our tenure at Stronghold Cards and Games. Stuff that we weren't accounting for. Money missing from our pot that was just gone. And we don't know what happened to it. I'm not going to speculate and say things happened to it that didn't. We just don't know. And for me to risk my money for the shop, I didn't feel good about it. So on November 29th, I packed up all my stuff from the shop. I moved out and I took everything back to my house, and that was it. That was the end of the journey. And I loved everything that happened. I like the great people who bought from me and sold to me and everything. But I think when the chips were down, I had to risk my stuff when I wasn't there. I hesitated, and if I hesitate, I'm not going to do it. So that's the end. That's the end of Stronghold Cards and Games for me. What's next? So I've been working for a couple weeks getting this plan together, getting stuff around, and T, my benefactor, has been very supportive and understanding, and we're still working together on certain projects if we need to, but I'm branching out on my own. I'm not doing a card store now, yet. We'll see. I'm starting my eBay page. I'm going to put my eBay link right on the screen right now for me selling cards. I'm going to build that up, hopefully, and in a little while, maybe a couple of years, maybe when, me and my wife have kids and they're a little grown and everything's settling down a little bit, maybe I can open up my own shop with my eBay backing. I don't know. We're not planning that far ahead. But I'm starting my own eBay, and hopefully I'm going to be posting, lots of cards each week, doing dollar auctions, doing stuff buy now, just depending. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes, and if it builds, great. Then we can just keep going and doing this, and I get to work on my own time. I don't have to spend hours at the shop working and selling cards that aren't mine, cleaning and making sure everything's nice and orderly. I don't have to. I don't have to do that. Do I regret my time there? No, 100% not. And I wish them the best. I wish that they are successful for many, many years. But when it's the end of the ride and the end of the show, it's better to leave on good terms than just watch it sink and go down with the ship. But that's it. And that's the end of today's video, guys. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. Make sure to check out my eBay page. Try to build that up with the following. I'm still going to do YouTube videos, box openings, card shows, setting up there. It's all going to be the same, but just my place of work has changed. That is it for today. Thank you all for watching. This was AZ Sports Cards. I will see you all next time.